People think yogi, okay, yogi means you must be very flexible. You should put your leg behind your head. You have to be very cautious that you are not creating expectation while doing the visualization. Like the thoughts hold so much power. Every thought can hold the power of like an atom bomb.
Hey fam, welcome to another episode of Dang Life Mastery. So it's been a couple months since the last episode, I know, and I actually shot 3 episodes 2 months ago, including this one, but then life just got really heavy and things got in the way of me getting to editing them. But also, truthfully, I think a part of me was just hesitant to release this episode because I had most of it edited. But I was so spiritually vulnerable about things in my journey in this episode that I think a part of me was just uncomfortable to release it. But I've gotten over that. And here's episode 3. Now, I'll be the first to admit that it is a longer episode, longer than I had intended it to be. But bear through it because it's a juicy conversation. We discuss a broad range of topics for those on the spiritual journey. Everything from manifestation and visualization to some potential dangers in practicing visualization. We discuss connecting into deeper states of consciousness in meditation once one gets past the subconscious and the conscious minds and the different levels of it. And we discuss what it truly means to be a guru and how and when to find one's guru and what it means to actually find one's guru, and so much more. So please check out the episode, check out all of it, and if you like it, please let me know in the comments, or just let me know what you think in the comments. And also, let me know if you think I should bring Shiv back for another conversation, because he has become a dear spiritual brother of mine now, and I really love this conversation. uh, and I hope you enjoy it. One more thing before we jump into the episode, I want to give a shout out to a book by a dear friend of mine. This book is now available on Amazon. It's called Farm Dogs. It's a good buddy of mine's first book. It's a beautiful book. It's an allegory for life, but it's a children's book, but it's also for adults and children alike. Check it out. I'll put a link in the bio for it. Well, enjoy episode 3.
Shiv, thank you for joining us in this on this podcast. And
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you, and welcome everybody to another episode of Dang Life Mastery. So we have a Himalayan yogi here. His name is Shiv Pandey. Shiv, you're from India, right?
Yes, I'm from India.
Okay, but you're based in Cairo now?
Now I'm based in Cairo.
Okay.
For the last 7 months, yeah.
The last 7 months, that's awesome. What took you to Cairo from India?
I would say it is all the divine plan. I was in Himalayas. Basically, I born in Himalayas, and most of my lifetime I spent in the mountains of the Himalayas, and I just wanted to be there. So my students are all over the world. One of them was also in Egypt. So she told me, why don't you come to Egypt? And Egypt is also a very beautiful country with its ancient sacred knowledge. So I said, okay, let's go. And when I was coming to Egypt, everybody's mentality is like, okay, you are going to an Islamic country, and is it really safe to be there and all? So I would say it's a beautiful country. People are so receptive towards the spirituality. They are so receptive towards the yoga. So I would say it's a divine plan, because I got to meet even my friends whom I can say I recognize from my previous lives. So it is definitely a divine plan. I always say, do your best, but always give it to God and tell to God, God, I want your will to be done, not mine.
That's spectacular.
So I would say that it is definitely the God's plan, because the more you become receptive, you meditate and inwardly pray to God that, God, I want you to decide where you want me to be. I will do my karma. I will think, I will feel, but please guide me, guide my thoughts where I should be, guide my actions that should lead me to the path that you have made for me. So I would say it's a divine plan.
Sounds like
Yeah.
surrenderance.
Yes, yes, you must surrender. Many times you don't know what is good for you, but God knows what is good for you. Sometimes you think something is good for you. In the end, you realize that it wasn't actually good. But sometimes something you feel is not good for you. In the end, you realize that it was good. And you even sometimes feel that I was thinking maybe this much for me, but God was thinking this much for me.
Mm,
And God's plan is always rooted in love. Yeah. It always helps us to evolve and elevate spiritually.
I love that. Yeah, a big path that is unfolding into me nowadays is, in fact, surrenderance.
Hmm.
It's a
Yes.
message that the universe is very actively communicating to me, and I'm now fully listening and fully dissolving into
Hmm.
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
amazing. That is the path. Only if you surrender, then only you can proceed further with your sadhana. Whatever sadhana you do, you are in the path of any yogic tradition, any practices of yoga, any tantra or Vedic sadhana. You must surrender. Without surrender, it's not something you can practice all the techniques, but without surrender, that fulfillment will not come. I
mm,
mean, techniques are important, but most important is surrender. That comes when you are devoting. The devotion is awakening within you.
mm.
Yeah,
That's something I'm truly experiencing actually.
yeah,
As the devotion grows, as I just learn to surrender more and just really just allow action to take its place
mm,
and move without any expectation in action.
true,
And I think
true.
that's what surrenderance really truly is, right?
Yes, it is. It is. Even this is yoga. Mean you are becoming a karma yogi. Now people just think being karma yogi simply mean doing good karma. Doing good karma is not something being karma yogi. You can do any good karma. You can donate as much as you want. You can donate with being rajasic. Being rajasic mean you have expectation. I am investing in the universe because I have heard law of attraction that if you give even $1,000, you are going to receive $1 million, thousand times more. So that is not being a karma yogi. Karma yogi mean I will do my best, my Lord, but I'm not investing my happiness or I'm not expecting the result of it. I give it to you, Lord. I'm just doing it for you. Just be with me in this. I will accept everything as your gift.
I
It
love
also doesn't mean being passive. Mean you are doing your work. You are 100% totally doing your work. But the expectation is not there. And the path of karma yoga is not that easy. Because when things does not happen, what you should that it should happen according to your will. When it doesn't happen, then we start to get trigger and we start this is the game of the ego. But when you have surrender, you must understand, okay, I did my best. Even after doing my best, it didn't happen. So maybe it is not in the will of God. So I surrender, I accept, but I will do my best again. I will not give up.
that's yeah, that's something that I'm learning more and more. So I'm
Mm,
an actor, I'm a filmmaker, and
wow.
I've been at it for in Los Angeles for almost a decade now, and
Wow.
yeah,
Amazing.
I had some great opportunities in early 2020, but then like these days I'm auditioning a lot for really awesome stuff, and I feel like
Hmm.
my craft has grown tremendously,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
alignment isn't happening in the way of booking those projects that my heart desires and these really
Hmm.
awesome projects. And so I really am kind of just now, and I think this is why surrenderance is now happening to me, where it's just like, you know what? I've
Yeah.
done
Mm.
everything I possibly can, except completely
Yeah.
just surrender and not expect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why I think this is happening now, where it's just like,
Yes. Hmm.
By your will, God.
Hmm. Because also, we have so many desires, and the samskara of this life, previous lives, they all comes and they are coming from our subconscious mind and reflecting in our this conscious living. So what happens when samskara are coming up? They are full of expectations. Your samskara full of desires. And when something doesn't fulfill according to your samskara, according to that ego consciousness, then of course we feel somehow like sad or depressed, or we feel, is it really for me, or the doubts start to come up. So the 100% surrender or total surrender mean the wave of your consciousness shouldn't go down. When something is not happening what you are looking for, or the effort you are making, if your consciousness is going down, even after putting all your efforts, you are not getting something. It means somewhere surrender is not there. But even after having all the I would say the expectations that didn't fulfill, but still the wave of the consciousness is here. Like somehow mean the even state of mind. It is like surrender, because maybe it can happen in previously you don't have those samskara of like the samskara related to the certain work, but now you are accumulating those samskara of that particular work, and now when the accumulation will happen at that frequency that has to manifest, then it will happen itself. Like for example, take the example of a very famous actor. I would say this particular actor is not something that he has become very famous in this life. I would say he has accumulated these desires for many, many lifetimes. Now, all the accumulated samskara that he holded, all that efforts as well as that he made, is now also came into that manifestation where he is in that particular level. So I would say that.
Interesting. So
So if you make efforts, of course, you will get the result. But it's not something that the time is also determined. It determines on the level of your frequency. Suppose the work you want to be in vibrating in a certain frequency, and maybe you are working at a maybe lesser frequency. But with constant working and devotion and all, you will find eventually the frequency of your work, that level which you have to operate to vibrate with that work. Once you start to be in that frequency, you will find it is going to happen as well.
so then that leads me that has some more questions about manifestation that's coming up now. Where
Mhm.
like so I mentioned that I booked some stuff like back in 2020, right
Yeah.
before COVID. I was studying the
Hmm.
book, and
Okay.
so things were in alignment. But then like
Hmm.
why? What would cause a manifestation to be fulfilled, but then a manifestation to not be fulfilled immediately afterwards for several years? Like if one is working so hard to
Yeah.
accomplish something and then pieces of it start coming and then something shifts,
Hmm.
what makes it where like a semblance of a manifestation comes, but then thus forth afterwards that there is no manifestation, even if there's a lot of work into that manifestation?
Hmm.
You get what I mean?
It is also the potency of your thought. I mean, your thoughts are literally like the thoughts hold so much power. Every thought can hold the power of like an atom bomb. But thoughts must have the power of emotions. If your thoughts doesn't have emotions, or I would say the thoughts doesn't have single pointed focus. Single pointed focus. Once your thought becomes single pointed, mean there is total clarity. There is no doubts in that particular thought. There is no insecurity in that particular thought. Then the manifestation power also increases. Take the example of in ancient time, if you will read Mahabharata, or if you will heard about the incident even about Mahavatar Babaji when he manifested that golden palace, and many times even now yogis are there who manifest sometime Rudraksh, like just out of air and all. Because of that single pointed focus, their mind becomes so focused that they start to feel that they are collecting all the, I would say, the atoms, proton, neutrons, all the molecules from the environment, from the ether, and they manifest into in reality. So it is the power of the thought as well as your accumulated karma related to that particular field. The accumulated karma. It's not something, okay, now I am thinking and just I am doing my maybe a few months of efforts and I am expecting now to be something. It can happen if already you have accumulated those kind of samskara from your previous life. That's why sometimes we say, oh, this man is so lucky, like he even didn't have to work so hard. He had to work hard if you could see actually what he had been through in the previous times. So now we see only this life, so we think, okay, it's so easy for that particular man. But it doesn't happen like this. It's your accumulated karma of your body, what you did, you put it in your efforts, in your actions, and the potency of your thoughts, how much focus you were. Yeah. And of course, many time I would say, if you are a devotee, if you are a sadhak, and you are on the path of you are doing your sadhana, Sakti sadhana, Shiv sadhana, or you are just meditating, you are in a Jnana marga, Bhakti marga, any marga, you are getting the power of God now, or power of deity, or power of your guru now. And your guru know your future. The particular deity know your future. Divine Mother know your future. God knows your future. And if after attaining that certain kind of work or job, if you are going to get into downfall, it means you are going to, rather than ascending, you are going to descend down at a conscious level, then God will not allow you to fulfill that desire, because divine mother know, God knows that if certain desire of you will fulfill, then downfall might happen. Downfall in the sense of karmically you can do certain things, maybe that can pull your consciousness down by uh, you say certain lives or certain number of years, or can pull your consciousness even from the human body. So that is one thing. Many times things happen that, it's like a child. Maybe parents know if this particular thing that child is crying for, if we will give this thing to him, it is going to ruin his health or something. But child is crying so much. But parents are not giving that particular thing to the child, because parents know the best for the child. And later on, child will also understand, okay, that it wasn't good for me. Maybe it wasn't good for my spiritual elevation. So this is also one thing I would say. Sometimes that also happen because God loves you so much. God doesn't want you to get down,
But if there's
because
a
the
desire
success
there
is,
so deeply, then if there's a desire
if
there so
you,
deeply inside, then it must come from somewhere, right? And so that
yes, yes,
desire that's so deep, that means that
mhm,
there's that needs to be fulfilled, right?
yes, then it will fulfill, but at its particular time when there will be no chance of, going down. Suppose you are doing your sadhana, because in certain works, take the example of any work where there are the chances of your going down. Going down simply mean where you can just get tempted by any worldly delusion that can separate your consciousness from God, and that can again enhance or increase the period of your self realization, that can enhance the period of your liberation or moksha, you can say. So that will happen. The desire has to be fulfilled, or the desire has to channelize. Most of the time God will help you to fulfill that desire, but on its right time. When the right time is, it is there, you are going to make your efforts and all, but a stage of consciousness will come when you are making the effort, but now you are not too much investing your entire happiness on that particular work. You know that I'm not investing my happiness in this work. I'm doing it just because I love it. But yet I'm not getting depressed. I'm not getting some kind of agitation. I'm not getting irritated. I'm not getting frustrated because of unfulfillment of the desire. So I would say it will take its right time also.
Okay. So then, so these days, the way that I'm starting to see it now is really like, Ma, I'm in service of you.
Yeah.
You guide me, and I will do. You tell me, and I will do.
Hmm. Yes.
All I want to do is serve you. Is that kind
Yes.
of coming to the point of where is that then starting to bring to the shape where doubts, whatever deep-seated doubt melts away then when you come into
I would say this
service for Ma?
this the affirmation, the communication you are making with Ma. It is you must know that because God doesn't go by your words. God see directly what's there inside. No matter how much, even in thought level, we are saying something, or just in our tongue, we are uttering certain prayers or words, or even we are uttering communication in our words. God will only see what's here in your heart. God will never see anything. 99.9% is also not accepted for God. 100%.
Mm.
Mean this must be 100%. So it is your inner work. It is your self-inquiry. Now I'm just telling this to Ma, or I'm thinking it intellectually, or maybe it is happening just at an emotional level, or it is really coming from the core of my soul. So that is the self-inquiry work. It will be shown when the things will happen around you. Sometime disappointments will come. In those times, you will able to realize that, okay, where my faith is standing, how much am I surrendering, and all these steps.
Mm.
Yeah, because life is a constant sadhana itself. The sadhana that you are doing with meditation or mantra and all, it is only making you strong so that you can be in that state of sadhana, and you can take the entire life as a sadhana, not just a separate time that you are sitting in meditation and all. That is very much needed just to be in the world with that consciousness that we were experiencing during the period of sadhana and solitude.
Mm. So kind of continuing on manifestation, I spoke with a pandit, a priest at a temple, um,
Yeah.
a few months back, and he said, "I don't believe in manifestation and visualizing and doing all of that stuff
Mhm.
because God already knows what's best for me.
Yeah.
If I just do and I have it in my heart, then it'll come." Is that do you think then like visualization is detrimental? Because oftentimes people say
Uh,
to manifest what you want is to visualize.
I would say the priest, what he is saying, it is also a kind of affirmation he is making. Of course, it is also an affirmation. And visualization, active visualization, when I'm sitting here, I'm visualizing anything and not doing anything. Visualization must come in your realization. If it is not getting in your realization, then it is simply being passive. You are not doing anything. So that visualization, that whatever you are visualizing, you must also work according to that visualization. Otherwise, I would say it will not happen because you are not making the efforts. It says that God helps those who help themselves. If you are not helping yourself by putting the efforts, then God cannot also help. Like in yoga, we say 25% is the effort of the guru and 50% is the effort of the God. 25% is your effort. For example, you are putting only 5% of the effort. Then from that 5%, it is not now 50% of the God. It will be calculated from your 5% effort. So God will help you according to your effort, that effort you made. If you are putting your entire effort, you are doing your best. Best means best. You have to do your best. Then leave it to God and give it to God. Then it will happen. Of course, if you're just thinking, okay, this will happen, that will happen, only you are creating the fantasies and all. But make it effort. The visualization must come into your realization, I would say.
Okay. So I was doing tremendous visualization for the last few
Yeah,
years. And and things weren't manifesting. And I live in a life of action. My one of my I like to say dangisms, but one of the statements,
yeah,
there's this board right on top of the mother here that has a whole bunch of
yeah.
statements kind
Wow.
of come across it, and I've been working on coding into my life. And one of those is intention in every action. And
Mm.
that's
True.
something that I've been codifying into my life. And now it's coming and it's becoming more and more every passing moment, every passing day, every
Mm-hmm.
passing year, every passing month. That gets codified into my being, where now it's very much true, where like every action is intentional. But I was doing the visualization as I've been doing the intention and action.
Mm-hmm.
But I came to a realization because I had I'm prone to depression naturally. My being is just
Mm-hmm.
I have depressive cycles, and I started
Mm-hmm.
realizing that as I was visualizing, I think that was part of what was driving the depression because I was um, I was seeing in my mind's eye and I was doing in this
Mm.
physical reality, but the reality I
Yeah.
desired that I saw in my mind's eye wasn't manifesting in the
Mm.
physical reality. So
Mm.
in that case, I realized that visualization was actually becoming detrimental to me and it was driving my depression to some effect.
Yes. Yes. It happened because the visualization can either happen subconsciously or superconsciously. Now, most of the people visualize by their subconscious mind. Subconsciously, basically, all the visualization happening by their somehow it is connected to their beliefs, their past thing. They are connecting everything, and they are trying to forecast their future in relation to their past and whatever it is the storehouse that they want to actually project the subconsciously. When you visualize in the state of super consciousness, I would say super conscious state is basically the state when you are aware of your soul consciousness that's not coming from your subconscious mind. And in that state, if you visualize something, you will literally feel that you are not visualizing, but it is happening. Literally, it is happening. And you will not expect that it to happen into the material existence. You will not expect it because you already know. You are not lacking it. When you are thinking, you are visualizing, you are not visualizing, you are just imagining according to your subconscious mind. And you are expecting it to happen. When you are expecting mean you are expecting in future. Visualization happen in present, but you are expecting in future. Then this is the thing. When you are visualizing, you are actually feeling no lack of it. There is no need consciousness. There is nothing that you need. In that state, you know it's already there. You are not even creating a doubt that, okay, it must be also in the physical realm and all. Mentally, if you can actually feel it, your body will start to feel it. Then I would say you will not feel any kind of depression or you will not have any regrets that whatever I thought didn't happen because still your mind could think of it if your body can also experience it. If you can get into that level where your mind can think it and your body can experience it, so for you it will be the same as it is. For me, example, uh, I want to be in Himalayas. Suppose I never been to Himalayas, but maybe I watched many videos of there, and my mind can also create those imaginations. So suppose I get into deeper level of meditation. Now I am thinking of say Mount Kailash Parvat. I haven't been there, literally no. But every time I close my eyes, sometime I think of Mount Kailasa and all. I just think of myself, visualize myself in front of it, and literally I feel connected to that energy because Sukshma Sharir, the subtle body, is actually going there. Somewhere your mind is traveling there, though your body is here. But same, you are connecting with that energy. So I would say visualization must be that much strong where it is not coming out of your subconscious belief. This should happen, that should happen. I know this is good for me, that is bad for me. Visualization must be like this, that as it is a part of you, as it is not something going to be happen, as it is now happening. So you must live what you are thinking in that time of visualization. So visualization is a technique. This technique will only fulfill when you will add the devotion in it, when you will add the power of your emotions. If you use the technique only, mechanically you are thinking, okay, you are imagining and everything, but you are not feeling it, then it is not going to happen. You must feel it. Like literally it is happening, it is not happening in future moment, it is happening in present moment.
So, like, for example, when I was doing my visualizations, I was
Yeah.
so my visualizations were guided by were inspired by a gentleman. His name is Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he talks a lot about
Mm,
visualizations and the process and the practice of it. And
okay.
the way
Mm-hmm.
that he discusses it is to go into the state of no mind, no body, the quantum realm,
Okay.
where there are no thoughts, and then allow the visualizations to start coming and feel it. And so my
Okay.
visualizations, I did feel very clearly, where like
Mm-hmm.
I'll just tell it. One of my visualizations was, and a lot of them were guided by the TV show Entourage, because
Mm-hmm.
I feel in many ways that is my, for a lot of actors, especially male actors, Entourage is actor crack. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's the dream fulfilled, you know.
Wow.
And so I visualized myself, I imagined myself as Vinny Chase in many ways, and so I
Mm,
would take a lot of the instances that Vinny Chase had experienced, and I would apply myself into them. But one of my visualizations, and this was so very clear, and I felt it vibrating within me, and I was so happy, and
yeah.
I was there,
Mm-hmm.
where like I'm driving down Hollywood Boulevard and in a limousine on the way to a
Mm-hmm.
premiere for one of my movies
Wow.
I just done.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this billboard up on Hollywood Boulevard uh, with my face and my name. And then we pull up in front of the Chinese theater, and I get out on the red carpet. My parents are there,
Mm-hmm.
my friends are there. I see the director, I see my other co-actors. They're talking to me.
Yeah.
Like I feel it. I felt it. I felt it
Mm,
very clearly, very resonant, just within me. But then
yeah.
I wake up in my physical reality, and this exactly hasn't happened in this way.
Mm,
I've made my own stuff now, and I've had some short films, and we've done premieres, but not to this effect, not to what I've visualized yet.
mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
but then why is that visualization not coming into reality, into fruition?
I would say just make your efforts. That one thing is very true. What happens now, everybody is reading or seeing documentary on law of attraction and all, and they start to visualize and all. And most of the time, it happens that people start to get into depression and all because the thing that they were visualizing didn't happen. Now, again, I would say it is not. You have to accumulate first of all those karma related to the particular work. Visualization is not something that is going to accumulate the karma. It is going to accumulate, but the real karma that will happen, you have to do it at a physical level. Like you put your efforts, do your best, and whenever you are visualizing it internally, just feel like it is happening. Don't think, okay, now I will open my eyes and I will see that it is not there. You try to live that life with your own. Just try to live it and do not create expectation. Visualization shouldn't create expectation. Most of the time, these techniques, like you are visualizing or something, doing all these techniques, people start to create the expectation. You have to be very cautious that you are not creating expectation while doing the visualization. Expectation creates suffering. And once it is not happening, you are again getting down, you are falling down, and you are losing the hope and all these things. So don't create the expectation. I would say put your efforts, make your efforts, don't lose hope, and it will happen in its best time. And I remember a story of a lady, I don't remember her name, so her guru actually didn't wanted her to be go in Hollywood. So one day something happened, like she was a opera singer or something, and her guru was also there, and she told that master, I really want to sing in front of all these stars and all. Can I go? And so Guruji said, it's your will, you go. So once he went into the stage, she was just going to sing, but she couldn't sing. Her sound was like a parrot, and people thought, what is this? So she understood that it is my guru who did something to my voice. So later, at that time, she was so furious. Oh my God, what? How dare my guru? How could you do this to my voice and all? Later on, she realized that if actually I could have gone to that particular field, it wasn't for me. It was like a trap for me. So sometimes this happens, I would say, and sometimes if you have that much of zeal and all that yearning within you, that is going to happen, but it will happen again in its right time when you are also ready for it. Because ordinarily, I would say people are so material consciousness that they are ready to give, even they are ready to so-called, sell your soul. They doesn't care about anything. They just want to gain that certain fame or recognition and everything. For that, they will do anything. Karmically, they don't care. So what it is so much damaging to your soul that can actually you can lose even the human incarnation. Like your consciousness has to again go through certain 84 lakh union and all these things, because just you lived at a material, at a very gross way. But being spiritual, you are walking on the path of spirit, you are making the spiritual efforts, so your spiritual efforts are also like your protective shield, and these protective shield will not allow any incident in your life or any particular person in your life that can be very hampering for your soul, or that can damage your spiritual elevation or your consciousness. Sometimes I would say this happens also. But once, if you are really in that state, uh, then of course you shall be protected, even you are a very famous celebrity or something. Uh, so you must have a clear conscience that I have to do this, but in that state, you must be very sure that you are putting your efforts. On the same time, you are not getting into depression, you are not getting into any low vibrations because of not fulfilling that desire.
So then, do you think visualization is actually a beneficial process then, or is it more detrimental than it is beneficial?
If you are just visualizing and doing nothing and just expecting your visualization to happen true, then I would say don't do it. Best is to put your efforts. Just don't think too much. Just tell to God, God, I just love you. I want my actions, my thoughts, and everything guided by you. I will put my 100% effort. I will do. Just guide it. Just guide it. If you do this, that's better than visualization. If you think you want to visualize 5 minutes or 2 minutes every day, that's okay. But make sure when you are visualizing, you are not putting your expectation that this is something that if it doesn't happen at a material existence, then you will become again sad and all. When you visualize, that's okay. That can help you. But again, when you are getting into negative vibration, again you are lowering your vibration.
Mm.
When you are lowering your vibration, you are delaying the time of achievement.
Okay.
You have to be constant in a higher vibrational frequency. You have to be constant in that frequency where you are not feeling lack of it. You are feeling that already you are in there. You are already vibrating there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
That is not easy because subconsciously we are so much filled with the baggage and all of our past and all. It doesn't come at a very conscious level, but it is like behind the screen, everything is happening. And the samskara is coming again and again from our subconscious mind. So do your sadhana, do your meditation, your everything that will help you to burn all the karmic seeds that creates doubts and fears and insecurity, and things will happen.
so I loved that conversation that we had on manifestation, because I feel like manifestation is a huge thing, especially in a huge topic of conversation, especially in today's world. So I love that we were able to
Yes.
get into that. But I wanna learn a little bit more about you. And I feel like it'd be cool to learn about your story more. So you said you were born in the Himalayas.
Sure. Yes, I was born in Dwarahat. Basically, Dwarahat is a town in Himalayan region. Himalayas are so huge. Like if you talk about Himalayas in India, it is like Himachal Pradesh. It's very huge. Then it is Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand has Gadwal. So I'm basically from Kumaon region of Himalayas. If you know about Mahavatar Babaji, so
Mm.
Mahavatar Babaji cave is actually, we can say, in Dwarahat, like almost 30-hour driving to Kukurchina and almost 30 minutes of trekking towards the cave.
Oh
So
wow.
it is a very sacred land, and it's amazing. I would say that the land of Himalayas, it's so potent with the energy that you can literally feel it. But on the same time, the people who are already staying there, they take it for granted because they don't realize the value of it. When you know something you already have, you don't know the value of it. But people come from foreign countries and Westerners and all, Mahavtar Babaji Cave, Pandav Kuli, many spiritual spots where you can actually connect with even the saints and sages of thousands years back. You will able to connect with their spirit. You will able to sense their energy. If you are deep enough, you will able to even, I would say, see them.
So that actually, that was one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah,
Satguru has spoken of how you could do exactly this. Like you could go to these sacred
yeah,
spots and you could sit down um, and 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 experience the downloads, if you will, that the imprints that
yes,
yogis from a former time have left.
yes.
Um, how deep does one need to be to actually experience that, and how much in the progress of yoga and in sadhana does one need to be in order to receive these downloads or experience these imprints?
I would say it depends on the level of your awareness. I mean, the level of your consciousness. You know, there are certain stages of consciousness. If most of the people operates from subconscious level, even now people do some kind of drugs or psychedelics that also works in your subconscious level. Like subconsciously, your samskara, spiritual samskara coming up, and you're seeing and you're thinking, you're having some spiritual visions and all. But now you have to actually go beyond subconscious level to connect with the energy of these places. Even if you're sitting in your room, if you want to connect, say, Jesus Christ, you can just sit and concentrate in your third eye, make your mind single pointed, get into the state of dharana, get into the state of pratyahara, which we say in yoga to withdraw from the world and all, and then call to that certain ascended master you want to awake, you want to invoke it. You like, so when you are awakening, you are calling literally that consciousness of Christ, consciousness of Buddha, consciousness of Shiva. Even in your room, if you are in a particular place, there you can, but the level of the consciousness must be beyond subconscious mind. So if you go beyond subconscious mind, you can say it super conscious mind. Super consciousness is basically the awareness of the God's light within you, God's light around you. But there are more further stages like super consciousness, and after super consciousness, we say it universal consciousness. Universal consciousness is basically like you feel your entire consciousness is permeating an entire universe. Literally, suppose I'm sitting here, I can feel myself in the sun, I can feel myself in the space, I can feel myself omnipresent everywhere. And if you go beyond, uh, theoretically, I am telling you these all things, but this is very deeper. One has to experience these stages. I'm not telling I have experience. I'm just telling you what I have read in the authentic books written by these ascended masters. In the end stage, it is called cosmic consciousness. Cosmic consciousness is basically beyond even universal consciousness. Cosmic consciousness is basically like you can feel yourself in the entire cosmos, and on the same time, you can go beyond the entire cosmos.
Would
So it
that
says
be
that the ascended master. So when a particular master, ascended master in that state of cosmic consciousness, he can feel himself in entire cosmos, like in every element. On the same time, he know that he is also beyond the cosmos. He can feel himself into creation as well as he can feel himself in eternity beyond the entire cosmos. And they also hold the powers. It is not literally feeling, but they also hold the power. Like they can create also an entire universe. They can create different universe. They can create certain planetary universes. They can materialize and dematerialize their bodies. Literally, like dissolve in God. Or you can say they have become one with God. Like there is no more. When we say universal consciousness, it is something like you still have this power, but you can feel yourself in the cosmic creation, but you are still not beyond the cosmos. I mean, you are ascending towards to go beyond the cosmos, to go beyond all the five elements. And still in cosmic conscious, universal consciousness, you can feel that you can materialize your body, you can dematerialize body, but you cannot materialize like in that heightened state of cosmic consciousness where they can actually materialize the different planetary system and all. So this is what I am telling you according to what the ascended masters have described. If I was here, then it is different. So theoretically, it is very easy to tell you and all these things. And I would say these are the stages of consciousness that all those ascended masters could have achieved. So why not we? All the masters and gurus, they came to tell us that where the techniques and the paths they also walked on, they are ready to also help us to hold our hand and to help us to elevate in such heightened state of consciousness. And once you are asking me that you are in that place, suppose you are in Kailas Mansarovar and now you want to connect thousands years back, say Shiva was there and Parvati Mata was there, Ganesha was there and all. Yes, literally you can connect and you can even see, because in that stage, nothing, time is just illusion for you. Like everything you can see what was happening in the past, what is going to happen in the future. Like I remember Paramans Yogananda used to say sometimes that in the the range of my vision, the civilizations have been fallen and risen. I mean, suppose Sumit is sitting here and watching a particular scene. If you want, you can see everything behind what had happened even 10,000 years back. And if you want to see what is going to happen thousands years after, you will able to see. But that is the state of cosmic consciousness. And now at least we can be in that state beyond the subconscious state, which we can say at least in that awareness of the light within us, at least in that superconscious state, we can receive that blessing. We can be receptive towards the energies of the places, the sacred places. Otherwise, you see Kedarnath, Badrinath, everybody is going there. What they are doing? Holding a phone, selfie, doing everything what they are doing in their home. They are still in the same level of consciousness. They are not ascending upward. On the same time, maybe some master is there who can feel actually literally what it is. He can feel and he can see the energies over there.
Interesting.
So it depends on the level of your awareness.
Okay. So I want to dissect that a little bit more.
Yeah.
I've been meditating for some time now, and I've for like probably over 16 years now. My journey started with Vipassana, and Vipassana is all about quieting the mind largely.
Yeah.
Feeling the sensations, quieting the mind. I've gotten to the point now, blissfully by God's grace, that my mind has gotten quite quiet. And when I meditate, when I sit in silence, um, I go to a space that it's like a void. I like to, in modern scientific terms, I like to call it almost like the quantum realm, where
Okay.
I am everything, but I am nothing, and it's all just darkness. Like I'm there, not physically, but I'm there. Is that what you
Hmm.
mean by the state of universal mind?
Uh, uh,
Like,
if
would that be?
somebody is, it is not proper, because once anyone has ascended to that stage of consciousness, then it's not easy to fall down. It's not easy to get back to worldly consciousness. I would say it is semi super consciousness. Mean certain level of awareness increases where you can be little bit aware of your existence, your spiritual existence, because every time we are aware of our material existence, even I would say we are not aware of our material existence also. We are living so gross that we even don't know our bodies. We just think, okay, this outer body is me. So I would say during meditative period, you are somehow getting deeper where you are withdrawing your senses from the world. Now your senses are resting and you're allowing your energy to focus on something deeper aspect. So at least maybe for few minutes, maybe for 1 hour, you are able to hold that consciousness. So I cannot say it's totally like cosmic consciousness or even universal consciousness and all, because if somebody will be there, then it's not easy to mean come back to the worldly consciousness. It's not easy to mean again get back to material consciousness.
Interesting.
Yeah. You
Okay.
can work in material world, but you will work with that supreme consciousness. You will be in the world, but you will not of the world. The world will not able to influence you. The world will not able to seduce you. I mean,
So
you
is that
will be always in that state.
so is that what it means then to attain enlightenment? When people speak of attaining enlightenment, is this
Yes, you can say so. Yeah, yeah. It's a kind of like when we say enlightenment, it is basically the state of consciousness which has crossed all the gross awareness of the body and all. Now, ultimately, you have realized of your true nature. Who am I? And that is what we can say enlightenment and all.
okay?
Like no longer you are identify yourself that I am this, I am body and all. Now you have removed all the obstacles that were coming in the path to hindering that who you are. Now you totally know that I am not this mind. Dissolving of the mind is basically enlightenment. Dissolving of the human mind. Because once this mind has dissolved, so something is going to come on the surface. That is a spirit. Now, a spiritual consciousness will prevail within you. And
So
subconsciously, you will be totally zero. I mean, all the samskara you have dissolved.
so when one achieves or attains enlightenment, then is the mind still active then?
The mind is what is basically the mind? Mind has certain substances, and even the mind is commanded by our senses. Mind is the storehouse of all the memories. Mind is the storehouse of all the samskara. We can say the psychic patterns and all. Enlightenment is basically you have dissolved all the samskara, you have dissolved all the karmic seeds, you have roasted the karmic seed in the fire of wisdom. So now this mind has become universal mind basically. I mean now no longer it is an individual mind, it is a universal mind, I would say.
Okay.
In the universal mind, you are not operating from the selfishness, you are not operating from your subconscious patterns, you are not operating from your behavioral loops and all. You are operating from directly the God's wisdom is attuned with you, and everything that you will do will be guided, literally guided, because sometimes we say please guide me God and all, but many time it doesn't happen at its 100% level. It might happen maybe 10%, 5%. But once you are totally enlightened, it means now you are 100% receptive to receive the light of God. And once you are receiving the light of God, no longer this false eye, no longer the false eye is there, no longer this so-called mind is there. You have dissolved all the samskara, and all the sadhana is practice so that we can dissolve this mind.
Okay. So then would you say that you've achieved a level of this yet?
No, 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 I cannot say anything like this. I would just say I am a devotee, an average devotee, and I will make effort. My guru help me, and if I practice my sadhana, the kriya yoga, and the sadhana that I have been initiated in, if I practice it, I follow my guru's techniques and teachings and all, then of course he will help me, God will help me, and this is possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you're a yogi. What does it mean for one to be a yogi exactly?
I would say to be a yogi, it's not something to be a yogi. I would say that we have to put the efforts. For example, if you are doing sadhana, now sadhana doesn't mean then you have to do only your physical aspect like asana. Now, anytime we talk about yoga, people think yogi. Okay, yogi means you must be very flexible. You should put your leg behind your head. You should do this. You should
Less
split. You
specifically.
should do handstand and everything. It is, I would say, it is not maybe even a minute aspect of it. Even if you talk about asana, asana is basically practice so that you can master your spine, you can keep your spine straight so the energy, kundalini, everything will flow effectively. and you can sit still, sthir sukhamasana. If you can sit still, then you can go further. So I would say, being a yogi and all, everybody is yogi, but they don't know this. Once they know, they will understand. Being a yogi simply means your mind is attuned with God, and you are in a constant state of awakening. You are in a constant state of awakening simply mean you are maybe sleeping, but you are aware that I am sleeping, and now I am putting my efforts to awake. So there are also different, degrees of yogis, like uh, Nimna Koti, mean the fallen yogi, and then there is the yogi who is ascending, then the yogi who is ascended already. So I would say, once you are making effort in the practice of yoga, you are a yogi. And many times people, though they don't call themselves yogi, because calling oneself, you can call yourself yogi or saint and anything, but until and unless it is not demonstrating in your behavior, it is not demonstrating in your attributes, it is not demonstrating in your speech, it is not demonstrating in your life, then it is just a gimmick. It is not being a yogi, or it is not being yogini.
Okay.
You must be on the path of God. You must be on the path of divine love. You must be on the path of acceptance. You must be on the path of wisdom. You must be on the path of oneness. Then you can, inwardly, you can realize, yes, now the yogi tattva is awakening within you.
Mhm.
Yogi is not something man or a female. It's a tattva. It's a state.
So tattva means state.
Tattva is basically when we say pancha tattva, like tattva, the highest form of tattva is when it is beyond all the five kind of tattva. So I would say, when people say Guru tattva, Shiva tattva, they are basically somehow very same. When we say Guru tattva is beyond five elements. Like, now your consciousness is in earth element, on the same time your consciousness is beyond the earth element. Your consciousness is in water element, on the same time beyond element. Likewise, fire element, air element, ether element. When you cross your consciousness beyond five elements, then Guru Tattva start to awaken within you. And then a person become, you can say, a guru. Now, there are many self-appointed guru also, but it is basically the state of consciousness. So
So
whenever, even we talk about tattva, so when we talk about Guru Tattva, and even when we say being a yogi, I would say it is also the state of consciousness where you have to cross these ladders of elements or tattva. If somebody
so
masters its earth element, it will also have certain attributes, certain powers, or the unfold. When you unfold the power of the earth element, your health will be totally perfect. And many particular psychic abilities you will gain that was already within you. Once you also awaken the power of the water element, there are certain powers also related to it that you will unfold. Like, when we see and read about these masters, okay, this master is manifesting his body in two places on the same time. Okay, this master is making his body even smaller than an atom. This master can levitate and fly, and nobody will able to see him. And all these things are basically because they have awakened their tattvas. They are awakened, they have mastered their tattvas. So once somebody master their tattvas, they can be called gurus, they can be called master, they can be called buddhas and all.
so mastering the tattva essentially means mastering the elements and living beyond the elements.
On the same time, for example, take the example of any saint, say Mahavatar Babaji. So Mahavatar Babaji, he has total mastery over the five elements. So once you have mastery over the five elements of Panch Tattva, you know you can permit, you can be in this five element, on the same time you can go beyond these five element. If you want to materialize anything out of this five element, you can do this. If you want to dematerialize anything from these five elements, you can do this. It simply means you have mastered the entire universe. You can create a certain planets, you can also dematerialize it. What these scientists will not know, because now when we talk about cosmos, entire cosmos, science will able to only see all these things at a physical level. But they are also different dimensions. They are also different realms. So all these masters, like Mahatar Babaji, for him, everything is like one. And because he has mastered all the tattvas, basically. And once somebody have mastered their tattva, they can also resurrect their body. They can resurrect the body the way they want it. They want to resurrect in a old form. Okay, they want to resurrect their body in a youthful form. They can do this. They can resurrect their body. Okay, of a certain incarnation before they came in the body. They can do this. They have all the power. They want to again come back in a form of avatar to materialize another new look and another body. They can come, but they remember everything. They remembered since the beginning. They remember everything.
Okay. So then, like,
Yeah.
so when one says, like, I'm doing a meditation right now. I'm doing a
Yeah.
sadhana, it's a 6 month sadhana program, and every week it changes.
Yes.
But it's Shiv Yoga through
Mm-hmm.
uh, Avadut Shivanand, developed by him.
Ji. Ji.
Um, and one thing that they constantly repeat is connect to the Shiva Tattva, connect to the Guru Tattva.
Hmm. Okay.
When my experience of it, or like breathe in the light of the Shiva Tattva, I
Hmm.
feel like I'm breathing in the light of the sun, or I'm elevating my beingness. Is that what it means to do that? To connect to the Shiva Tattva, to connect to the Guru Tattva?
To connect to the Shiva Tattva, Guru Tattva and Shiva Tattva, they are a little slightly differences there. Guru Tattva is basically the, I would say, universal Tattva, universal element or universal consciousness. Shiva Tattva is basically the cosmic consciousness that is little more higher. So
Oh,
Guru Tattva, if actually somebody is operating in that consciousness of Guru Tattva, so Guru Tattva, what are the signs of it? It must also have a science. It's not simply that you can say, I am in a Guru Tattva now. Somebody will say, okay, come demonstrate. Will not able to do. So now somebody is in Guru Tattva. So who is a Guru? A Guru is the one who is a representative of God. It means Guru is reflecting all the qualities of the God. So now once you are in Guru Tattva, you are able to have certain qualities, I would say. You will able to have control over your physical body. You will have a total mastery over your senses. You will have total mastery over your mind. At your own will, you will able to get into samadhi. Samadhi mean you can, okay, now you are choosing to get into samadhi. Okay, breathe out. Now you will not breathe in as much as you want. You are not going to breathe in again. You will be in 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 1 day, 2 day, and you will be in samadhi, nirvikalp samadhi. And even you are opening your eye, you are still in that state of consciousness. And if you are literally operating in a universal consciousness, you will definitely have siddhis also. Siddhis like simple siddhis of materializing, dematerializing the body, and to teleport your body from one place to another just in ether and all. That will be very normal to you. And when we talk about now that when you are meditating, you are feeling connected so much to the sun, you are feeling connected so much to the moon, like you are literally absorbing all the energy. Sometimes you even need not to have food to eat. Sometimes you don't need even water because you are taking prana from it. It simply happens because you start to realize somehow that the consciousness is same. The consciousness in the sun and within me is the same. And once you start to feel that oneness, you are actually feeling that energy, like a channelizing of the energy from sun to you. Still, there is duality. There is duality because you are feeling, still it is separated from you. You are feeling you are connecting to something. In non-dualism, in Shiva Tattva, you feel that you are the sun, you are the moon. Okay, you want to feel some other dimension, you can feel it also. Like, now, literally now nothing is there, only you exist. Only you exist only one life exists, only one consciousness exists. Everything become one. All the separations get dissolved. Everything will be as it is. You will see the world as it is. But the level of consciousness you are in, it's like You will see everything as it is. As it is, you will see reality behind the material existence. You will see the material world, on the same time you will be able to see behind the material world what exists actually. Nothing exists. It's only nothingness. It's all shunya.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I can understand what you mean, actually.
Mm.
Thank you for clarifying that for me. So
Yeah.
then, what's the difference between a guru and an ascended master? Because we often hear, even in the West,
Mm.
the term ascended master is a very common thing. What's the
Yeah.
difference?
So, ascended master and a guru. Ascended master can be a guru. And nowadays there are self-appointed gurus. So a guru might not be ascended master. But if you talk about literally who is a guru, yes, a guru is a ascended master. Now a guru is basically the one who is appointed by God. Appointed for whom? Appointed for the disciple. Once the yearning within the disciple increases so much that I want to know God, who am I? Or even who are you, God? I just want to know you. This deeper level of love and yearning start to happen. Then it says God sends a appointed master in your life, a guru, and guru finds you. In India, we say it's not you finds guru, it's guru who finds you. So, if a guru finds you, it means it is a relationship of guru and disciple. There must be loyalty. You must follow what the guru has taught you. You must walk on the path of guru. Guru is not someone who want to tell you, I am a guru, I am superior than you, I am standing on pedestal and you are sitting down. A guru want to make you a guru. Mean a guru want to make you ascended master. Guru want to help you to elevate your consciousness to feel oneness with God, to feel oneness with Him, to be in that state of consciousness. Anything in the world, anybody in the world can be against you, but a guru is the one who will be always loving you. He will be always unconditional to you. A guru has nothing to do. Guru has no selfish purpose. A guru is only for you. A guru is the one who will sacrifice everything and everything just to elevate your consciousness. Guru will come again and again, again and again. No matter how many lifetimes you have fallen, how many lifetimes you are losing this awareness, he will come again and again to find you. Like Mahavatar Babaji told Ladi Master when Ladi Master wasn't aware that Mahavatar Babaji was his guru. So when he met him in cave, Guru only touched him. Mahavatar Babaji only touched him here in third eye, and he remembered everything. Mahavatar Babaji told him, "Ladi, though you forgot everything, mean of the past, and but I still remember you, and I was with you just the same I am right now with you." So the touch of the Guru is not something a physical touch. The touch of the Guru is also spiritual. Sometimes a guru is not always that who will come in the physical body. Maybe guru is already now merged with the cosmic consciousness, and guru will help you. Guru can come to you. You can feel that receptivity. If you have that receptivity, you will able to know who is your guru.
So that makes me wonder then. So I've been on this journey, and I know that there are a lot of people who are on
Yeah,
this path as well.
yeah,
And they're so quick to jump onto somebody as their guru. You know, like
yeah.
I have Satguru's picture here because he's taught me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not at this present moment doing his
Yeah.
practices longer because I felt like I want to connect to something that his practices were not connecting me to. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I still call Sadhguru a guru because he's taught me so much. He's planted so many seeds in
Yeah.
me. So I
Yeah.
met him through his wisdom teachings that he teaches on YouTube. I've
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot from him. But as I'm doing this Shiv Yoga sadhana now, they're saying part of like the sadhana pattern that I'm on right now is connect to your guru and don't ask for anything. Simply just give all the love to your guru and become let the drop become the ocean almost. And so
Mm-hmm.
when I'm connecting to a guru because I haven't necessarily found a guru, I'm not sure who to connect to. I kind of cycled right now. My inspiration. I recently listened to a channeler, and she had channeled Maha Avatar Babaji, And now, like when I'm doing my meditations, I'm just feeling Mahavatar Babaji's grace. When I'm thinking connect to my Guru, I'm
Mm,
his grace. Other times I'll
mm,
feel Avadut Shivananda's grace. Um, Previously, when I was doing the Shiv Yoga sadhana, which I had not completed the cycle, and that's why I'm doing it now to complete it, I was connecting to Satguru and Avadut Shivanand and Ishan Shivanand, his son, who's like kind of carrying the Shiv Yoga torch now.
okay.
Um, how does one exactly? And I know, I know that this is
How to identify somebody's guru or not? Are you asking this? I mean, how to recognize whether?
how does one
Hmm.
recognize their guru truly?
There are physical signs. So I would say what Paramahansa Yogananda Master and the saints have taught how to recognize who is a guru. So there are outer signs. Outer signs basically which you can recognize from their body. So a guru, first of all, he will have mastery over his breath. Breath mean you can actually see. Sometimes you will find who is breathing very faster. So a guru you can find will breathe very slowly. Literally, he is not breathing or breathing very slowly. Another thing, physical sign. I'm not talking. These are the only signs. I'm just talking at a physical aspect. He have mastery over his eyes, eyeballs, the movement of the eyes. You will find a guru's eyes will be very still, like very intoxicated on the same time, very still. Now there are psychedelics and alcohol and many things you can make your eyes intoxicated. But stillness in the eyes, it's a grace that is reflecting from your eyes. Another thing, a guru can again get into samadhi at its own wish. I mean, he can get into cervical samadhi and he remains into nirvikalp samadhi. Cervical samadhi, he remains into, suppose, even nirvikalp samadhi, if he want to go into samadhi now, he will make his body very still. He will allow his breath to go out. He will deliberately and consciously cut the cord of the breath from the body to his mind or the mind to his soul. Then he will just enter into that state of cosmic consciousness. And again, if he want to come back, he can come back at his own wish. A guru also holds the power to literally go out from the body. Like if you will see the demonstration of certain saints, like Paramahansa Yogananda also once demonstrated. He literally came out of his body, and doctors were also there who checked his pulse and everything, and they proved that clinically he is no longer in his body. He is dead. So later on, almost after 20 to 30 minutes, he came back to his body. So everybody asked, how is it possible? So he simply said, you have gained 100% control over your prana. Prana is your energy. So a guru is the one who has mastery over prana. He can shift his prana to anywhere, like take the example of Raman Maharshi. He was maybe just meditating, doing nothing. And a rat came and actually bitten his entire this hip part, the right side or the left side of the hip part. So his disciples later on called many doctors, like very expert doctors from certain country, I think Australia or somewhere. And when they were operating, Raman Maharshi denied that I don't need any anesthesia. And later on, after operation, doctors asked how is possible that we even didn't see any sign of pain in your face. Anesthesia, nothing was there. Just they were operating all the needles and everything. He said, I made my prana to shift from there to somewhere else. So a guru has the power over his prana. He literally can shift his prana wherever he wants. Now, when we talk about saints, saints are still vibrating at a very higher frequency. Their consciousness is very high, but they might not have control, this much control over their body. There are saints who are very good. They are on the path of God, very humble, very full of humility and all. But maybe they are not yet in the that stage where they can control their prana or they can materialize or dematerialize their body. So these are the things. When we say guru, according to the time to time, you will find the more you will start to evolve spiritually, the more deeper level of guru and final Sadguru, we can say. Not the Sadguru of Isa Foundation. The Sadguru means the one who is the ultimate guru of you. Because it says that teachers can be many, spiritual teachers can be many, but ultimately there will be one guru who is especially appointed from by God for you.
So
Yeah.
people like to go around saying and attaching themselves to these gurus. Then do you think that that is the correct process of like
People attach to their bodies. I have been came across so many people. Most of the time, people start to attach to their bodies. Bodies mean they start to think that Guru mean okay this body. Guru mean okay this body of Paramahansa Yogananda. Guru mean okay this body of Sadguru. Guru mean this body of Swami Sivananda and all. Now, body is not the Guru. The consciousness that inside them is the Guru. That's very good. The picture can help you to evolve. The picture can motivate you. But it sometimes people is become so fanatic. They think, okay, my guru is only one. His consciousness is the only one. I don't accept any other. I think your guru is not real. My is more real because of attachment to the body. Guru is not the body. Guru is the consciousness. For example, Paramahansa Yogananda, if he want to come again, he can come consciously. He will not come. If he want to come, he can come again consciously in the form I am talking about. Not necessary he will take this previous body he took, but he will remember everything of the previous things. He will remember every disciples. On the same time you are meditating and calling to your Guru, Paramahansa Yogananda, he will come and bless you. Maybe he's not coming in his body, consciously in his spirit, he is coming, visiting you, blessing you. Like a hide and seek, like a guru has that power. So that's why we must choose guru very wisely because blind cannot lead to blind. Nowadays there are many self-appointed guru. We must be very cautious.
So you said one must be conscious about calling another person their guru. And that's kind of what my intuition is guiding me to. It's saying I have many teachers and there's many people
Yes.
who can teach me. But I've done an Akashic record reading recently. And in this Akashic
Okay.
record reading, I asked the person who did it, am I meant to find a guru in this life? And she said, no, you're your own guru. And I feel like on my journey so far, I've almost been like a spiritual scientist. And in a previous conversation,
Yeah.
you said that you
Yeah. Yes. You're
have
right.
that same
Right.
feeling about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And in my journey thus far, I kind of let my intuition guide me. Can one be their own guru?
I would say what does it mean by guru? When we say guru, gu means darkness, basically ru means light. Suppose we are already into worldly ignorance, then how can be our own guru? Yes, there are certain exceptional cases like Anandamayi Ma, if you know, like it says that Anandamayi Ma initiated herself into the initiation of guru and disciple relationship. It means she was the guru and she was the disciple as well as. But look at her conscious level. The consciousness she were in, it is literally the manifestation of Divine Mother in human form. But as an average devotee, I would say we need guru, the one who is self-realized. Now, we need guru doesn't mean, okay, when guru will come, then I will start meditating and all. No, you meditate, you put your effort. Try to connect with Guru Tattva. Here is the Guru Tattva, third eye center. Try to concentrate here, like do the Shambhavi Mudra, concentrate in the third eye and try to meditate and inwardly connect. Inwardly connect that, oh my Guru, please come to me, please come to me, please come to me, wherever you are, please come to me, talk to me, please give me at least a sign, please come to me. And you will find that the Guru will come to you. I would say, there was an incident like one of the disciple of Ladi Master. He wanted to get initiated into Kriya Yoga. So one day in his dream, he was initiated into Kriya Yoga by Lahari Master. And next day, he asked Lahari Master that please initiate me into Kriya Yoga. Then Lahari Master ji told him that I already initiated you. That was not just a dream, that was reality. Mean it was a reality, though the body was sleeping, but actually his subtle body or the Sukshma Sharir was initiated into Kriya Yoga. So many times you meditate, go deeper into that stage, have devotion, have faith. Do not allow your devotion to shake by all these things. Okay, my guru is not in this life, next life, and all. And also do not listen to someone who is telling you this is your destiny and all, because whenever you are doing any kind of, whether it is akashic record, whether it is some, there are people who can help you to see past life regression, there is a leaf study, hypnosis and psychedelics and all, they all make you very passive, because as well as the one who is guiding you and leading you in this way, he opens a channel with you. He cannot lead you there without opening the channel. Now you are allowing somebody to interfere with your karmic thing, and you're allowing somebody to open a channel with you, which is also not very good. So it must be your own effort. You must become very active. You meditate, do your sadhana, and call on to your guru by concentrating in Guru Tattva, and then call on to your guru. And you will know that your guru will come to you. And don't expect always guru to come. Maybe guru will come in the form. Okay, somebody is coming. He must be my guru. Guru can come also sometime in that form, in spirit, I would say.
So that kind of guides me to that channeler, the same channeler who channeled Mahavatar Babaji.
Yeah,
It was in a podcast. If anybody watching is interested, I highly recommend it.
yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
Next Level Soul podcast.
Okay.
This woman
Mm-hmm.
had channeled a higher dimensional consciousness, and then the person interviewing her had asked to speak to Archangel Michael, and then asked to speak to Mahavatar Babaji, and then asked to speak to um, Paramhanasa Shivanand. Sorry,
Okay.
yeah,
Yogananda.
um,
Okay.
and there was a very distinct difference between the three of them. But when she was channeling Judah, is the consciousness that she was channeling initially,
Mm-hmm.
Judah had gave a process where you just connect to your heart center and you ask to speak to whomever you want, and you can manifest whomever you desire. And so now these days, and ever since seeing that conversation, like I said earlier, I feel more connected to Mahavatar Babaji. And in fact, like when I'm doing this sadhana cycle now, and it says connect to your guru, and I've always felt weird about who is my guru. Mahavatar Babaji kind of just manifested. And when she was channeling him, he had this giggle, he had this laugh within him, and I can feel that, almost that same, that laughing nature of Mahavatar Babaji, almost like just right in front of me. Is that then I'm actually manifesting Mahavatar Babaji, and he's present in front of me, or is that just my mind playing tricks on me?
Yeah. So you have to be very cautious again, because I always have doubts on people who demonstrate these things, maybe nowadays in YouTube and all. Why? Because literally our subconscious mind is very strong. Subconscious mind can create such hallucination that will seems you very real. Even sometimes, even you say not hallucination, sometimes it might be real, but still, if certain people have opened a portal with you, and individual is holding this particular power. Now, when we say power, power always doesn't mean it is something on a positive side. Power can be also negative. Power is basically power. It is basically channelizing either to the negative or positive. So sometimes people can hold certain power to create such hallucination, like they can literally make you see, okay, you are seeing Paramahansa Yogananda. They can make you see, okay, you are seeing Mahavatar Babaji. They can make you see, okay, you are seeing Lord Krishna. You can see Jesus Christ and all. If you are literally seeing, then your life will be not the same again. You will be totally transformed person. If your life is not changed, that's hallucination. That's basically the subconscious mind. Life will literally transformed. Mean you, if you have actually got the vision of Mahavatar Babaji, literally if Babaji actually came, you will not be the same person again. You will not be the same person again. You will just be very mean. Your consciousness will shift like like nothing. It will go. It will cross all the material bondage and all. I would say because when a ascended master is manifesting his form to you, it means you are in that state of consciousness. You made your heart open and you become so receptive to actually manifest it. So now your life will be totally transformed. If life is not transformed, it means it was just a kind of gimmicks and it was just a kind of fun or hallucination. And there are people who do this. Why they do this? Just because they have to make money and they have desires of fame, they have desires of recognition, they have all these desires. So be very very cautious in all these aspects because it's not easy. I would say no prophet, no master, no Christ ever tell you that go to certain card reading or go to certain person and all. They always told you go within. They never say go there, go here. They say go within. Close your eyes, cut off your mind from all the external world, cut off your senses from the world, go within now. You have to make the effort. Nobody is going to work for you. Now, the thing is, people want somebody to work for them. I cannot work for you. A psychic healer cannot work for you. Pranic healer cannot work for you. A Reiki healer cannot work for you. A shaman cannot work for you. A guru cannot also work for you. It is you who have to work for you. If you work for you, then Guru will also help you to evolve your consciousness. And now the person who is telling that, okay, they can help you to see Mahavatar Babaji and all, see their own life first. See their own life. Are they really ascended master? Only ascended master have this capacity to give you the glimpse of any other master. And that will not be an hallucination. That will be real. And master will only do it to those disciple who is ready for it, who need just a little push, maybe just a little push to get into that consciousness. Nowadays you see in the name of all these things, there are certain so-called charlatans and all, they claims to awaken your kundalini. They claims that you come to their session, you have to pay certain amount, they will do their own whatever they do, touching and all. You will feel some kind of overwhelming sensations and whatever so-called joy and all. And now you will just wrongly you will think, okay, now my kundalini is awakened. So there are many people like this. So personally, I don't put my trust in anyone in these aspects. If anybody is holding this power, I think they will not reveal it because you might hold the power on the same time you might not be ascended master. If you are having the power and if you are not a self-realized master, this is the misuse of the power. Like say the example of Reiki healing. A Reiki healing person can heal you literally. But now that healing he is doing karmically, he is interfering in your karma and taking maybe your disease in his own body. Now, when a self-realized master is doing that Reiki healing, Reiki is just a name. You can call it simply healing. If a master is doing that healing, a master is the one who is totally beyond the body consciousness. He can take your karma in his own body and yet he can suffer your karma in his own body, but he is not suffering actually. He's always in that heightened consciousness. And the person who has this power of healing, but he is not self-realized, and now he's taking your karma in his own body, now he is suffering. He is getting mad. He is getting insane that, oh my God, what I did. I was so nice man. I always helped other. Now I am suffering so much and all. Because he interfered in the karmic things, karmic cycle of other people. So this is the thing. So even after seeing all these kind of, sometimes it seems like miracles, we must be very cautious. We must be very wise. Because it's literally your journey, it's only your journey. Nobody is going to give you certain drug or something that you will get enlightenment or awakening. It is totally your sadhana.
It's like working out. I've come to realize, like, my sadhana is like
Yeah,
workouts. My muscles develop over time while I'm in the gym.
yeah,
That's my sadhana. Um,
yeah.
but I found it beneficial that, like, I had a lot of questions inside that were kind of surging,
Mm-hmm.
and when I went to this Akashic record reader,
Mm-hmm.
it actually helped ease a lot of the questions inside. And it's not like I was looking for a singular solution, because my sadhana is avid and it's not going to stop. But
Mm-hmm.
there were questions that I was asking God that I was not hearing. There was questions that I was asking my bhagwans in meditation that I was not finding the clarity from within. Um, and then
Mm-hmm.
a friend had recommended this person to me, and that provided all the a lot of answers, and clarity, and helped me find the direction that I needed. Uh, so I feel like, as long as we're staying in intentional action, getting guidance is
Mm-hmm.
correct, because these are ways that the universe communicates. I've found. Do you agree? Or, like, I've found that the universe
Mm-hmm.
communicates to me through the messages
Yeah,
I receive, whether it be through Instagram, whether it be through YouTube, whether it be through a repeated pattern, whether it be through a
yeah.
conversation with another person. The universe is constantly communicating to me as long as I'm allowing myself
Mm-hmm.
to hear.
Yeah.
And
So,
so seeking the guidance of
yes,
others
you.
is
Yeah.
not
Mm-hmm.
detrimental, as long as we're staying in intentional action, no?
You have to be aware the person uh, whosoever is helping you, because sometimes you are maybe paying something and you don't know what are you actually paying. It's not just the money you are paying. Maybe you are paying something else and you are not aware of it.
Oh, like
So
making a soul contract with the.
maybe you are paying your sadhana, because all these activities are related to energy. This is all energy work. And once somebody is opening energy portal with you, they actually get power over your sadhana also. They can absorb your positive sadhana. If you are doing sadhana, now they can take that account of your sadhana onto their own account. Like in India, there are certain tantrics and all. Like if you go to Assam and Kamakya temple, and they hold certain kind of siddhis. Like they actually, whatever sadhana you will do, they will take it from you. Now you believe it or not, sometimes it is not easy to process this, but they can take it from you. You have opened that portal. You have opened that cord with that particular person. Now, until and unless you don't cut that cord, then you will not, maybe spiritually you will not evolve. Maybe you will think, it was a great help, because intellectually you are thinking it was a great help, because subconsciously it helped. It didn't help at a spiritual level, because at a spiritual level, believe me, only a guru, the one who is really a guru, not just self-appointed guru, but really who is a guru, can help you. And nobody else. All these people, I would say, they are not someone like Jesus Christ. They are not someone like Master. They are not someone even like Sadhguru or Sivananda. They they are just like sometimes I don't know. I'm just talking at a general level.
Hmm.
You are opening a portal with you. Somebody is opening a portal with you, and now you don't know what actually you are paying to them. Other than the money you are paying, maybe something else. And now you will just remain confused. You will think intellectually, okay, it is helping, because questions must be solved from inside. Nobody can give you any answer theoretically, or even at an emotional level. Nobody can satisfy your questions. Only there will be a pseudo satisfaction. Like it feels satisfaction, but it is not actual satisfaction, because actual contentment, actual answer you have to receive from within. That is not outside. That is not something that somebody will speak or somebody will see your future or past. That is something you have to go. That's why every master told, go within, go within, go within. Christ say, kingdom of God is within you. Buddha said, meditate, go within. Every master said, go within. They never told you go to this certain person who can read your ethereal records or Akashic records. They never told you, okay, go to this shaman and do this ayahuasca and you will be greatly helped. Never. They never told you all these things. They all these things, I would say, they are made as an obstacle in spiritual elevation to distract you because they hold certain powers. And all these things works because you are allowing somebody to open a portal with you. You are allowing somebody to interfere with your samskara. Samskara is already within you. For example, you went to say certain psychedelic retreat, and now you might have a certain so-called spiritual experience and all. Now everything was coming from your own samskara. Everything was coming from your own samskara. That has to be done. But now you try to interfere with your samskara and it came into your conscious level. And now you thought that, okay, Krishna came to me, Jesus came to me, I was in heaven, I saw this saint, there were lights, I see my past life, and all these things people say. Because it is everything happening from their samskara. If on the same time a self-realized master will take ayahuasca or LSD or anything, they will have nothing.
But
Why? Because nothing is,
masters
for
use
example,
cobra poison though.
they never told anybody to go there. No master, no guru, no prophet will ever told anything like this, and they will never tell. In case, suppose, take the example Neem Karoli Baba. Neem Karoli Maharaj was a great self-realized saint. He was an ascended master. This Ramdas, he was named Ramdas after meeting him. So he used to take LSD. He used to call them ecstasy, like you can go in ecstasy and samadhi and all. Neem Karoli Baba just asked him one day, "What are you holding these all strips and all? Just take one strip and you will have certain level of hallucination or samskara will come up and you will see, oh, I went there." And pseudo satisfaction, pseudo path of spirituality.
Mhm.
There is no shortcut. People are trying to make bypass to spirituality. He actually took all the LSD doses and he just swallowed all the doses. And now Ramdas was expecting some he's going to die. You cannot tolerate this much amount. He said, "What is this? Nothing happened to me. The intoxication that I do is much, much, much beyond. This is nothing. Leave all these nonsense things." Why nothing happened to him? Because there is no samskara within him related to all these things. He has gone beyond the memories of samskara and everything. Now there is only one thing that is coming from cosmic consciousness. These things works when you have subconsciously when you are full. Subconsciously you have so much within you. Only that's why it is coming up. When you are meditating, super consciously things are coming. When you are meditating in an actual way, if you are meditating in a just thinking or just hallucinating, then subconsciously things coming up. And there are people who think subconscious is everything. No, subconscious is something that will only make you bind in a loop because it is coming from ego. It is coming from your previous memories. It is coming from the loop, the patterns that you have created.
Mhm.
To get into super consciousness, you must meditate, you must go within. No psychedelic, no Akashic record reader, no astrologer, nothing.
Mhm.
They can tell you these things, but you are making a door open. Astrology, I would say, that's a kind of science, but still, there are very rare astrologer who tells you the truth
Mhm.
because astrology is based on your causal body. You have a causal body. All the causes are hidden there. All the causes are hidden there. Suppose there is a cause that is going to uh, create an accident in your life. Say, after 1 year, this certain accident is going to happen. Now you are not conscious of it. Now you told him your date of birth and everything. He told you this certain accident is going to happen because he read it from your causal body that was reflecting on your horoscope and all. The same thing can happen when you are meditating or getting very deeper. You are able to see, okay, sometime this certain situation is going to happen with you. Now, how can I roast the karmic seed so that I don't have to go through certain accident or certain things or certain incident? So roast the seed of the karma is the most important. And all these things cannot roast the seed. Tell me, if you have apple seed and you want to grow it, it will grow. If you don't want to grow it, still you put, still it will grow. But you have to roast it. Roast it into the wisdom, the fire of Kundalini. The fire of Kundalini basic means the awareness of God consciousness within you. Will roast all the karmic seed. It will not grow up. And you will be free from the karmic cycle.
So a couple questions have arisen from there. Well, first off, I know that I've heard of gurus, like Sadhguru has spoken of taking cobra poison in certain
Okay.
practices, um, and in certain things that he's done, like certain consecrations, he's used cobra poison to help elevate
Okay.
his
Hmm.
consciousness to help to do something. And maybe I'm saying it incorrect, so I don't want to quote exactly, but I know
Hmm.
that he's used that as a tool before.
Hmm.
So, and I've heard other yogis use cobra poison, so like external things to help elevate them, but largely because the snake
Uh,
is a high conscious being, right? Have you heard of that?
yeah, but I have heard about it, so I don't know why they take it actually. So I don't know actually, but ordinarily, I think if somebody will try to take it, maybe person will die.
Mm,
So must be something related to their sadhana, and it might be on the path of tantra sadhana or something. So ordinarily, if person will try to take it, then I think the person will die.
yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
saying go
it,
take cobra poison, whomever's
yeah,
watching
yeah.
this.
So so I don't know personally. I don't know actually why they do this and all. If they are doing this, maybe there must be certain process of it.
Okay.
Because even in Vam Marga, if you talk about Vam Marga, the left-handed path of Tantra, it consists certain things like this for your sadhana, but they don't do it for certain experiences. They don't do it for getting opening a certain portal or something. Like most of the people, do the psychedelics and all intoxicating substance, whether it is plant-based or chemical-based, anything. They do it for certain experiences because they are attached to the experiences. I
Mm,
would say if somebody who is a saint is not attached to the experience.
mm,
Anyone who is attached to experience, it is same like attachment towards the material wealth. Maybe attachment towards these spiritual experiences are more subtle, but yet it is a kind of attachment. It is same as attachment to the fame or attachment to the name or attachment to the money.
mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and the other question was with regards to this Akashic record reader now, you've kind of given me pause that maybe a portal is still open. And traditionally,
Uh,
I know that Reiki healers do cord cutting, but going to a Reiki practitioner is also a potential danger. How does one cord cut themselves?
it is basically your own work. It is not somebody again, somebody is telling, I can do this for you. He has to again maybe open the energy portal with you to do the certain thing, and you don't know what is his intention to do this. So cord cutting, it simply means you have to cut the entire memory from that person. You have to cut the subtle impression that the person has left in your system. That has to be done by sadhana. When you do meditation, when you do your chanting, just inwardly think. You can use the affirmation, I am a spirit. God, help me to dissolve all these impressions. Help me to dissolve all these memories related to somebody or who somebody might have opened a cord or a channel with me. Let me dissolve all these things into the wisdom of Kundalini, into the fire of divine love. Let me dissolve all these things.
Okay.
And thoughts are very powerful. Once you can actually think it, it will start to happen.
Mhm.
So I would say do your sadhana and never think of any bypassing, because these things are basically made by those people who want to bypass spirituality,
Mm.
and we cannot bypass spirituality. It's not easy. I mean, People will lost. It is a single way. You have to just walk in it.
Okay.
So
I
be on the path, the sadhana that you have received. Practice your sadhana on the same time. Try to connect to the Guru. Inwardly connect to the Guru. Even when you say Shiva Tattva, tell Shiva that you are my Guru.
mm,
Please help me. Please help me. Guide me. You are my Guru.
okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a beautiful place to end. I honestly, I think that we should have
Yes.
more conversations. Let's do another one.
Sure. We will. Yes. Yes. We must. Yeah.
That was a spectacular
I
conversation.
would. I would like to.
Yeah.
There is a poem I wanted to repeat it. So it's a poem basically. I am reading it. It's called The Guru's Love. So you can also think the one who is actually a guru will have all these qualities. So it is basically, I heard it in a lecture by Daya Matas. He was the second president in SRF. So just I will read it. Just try to feel it. So you may come to him for a few seconds, then go away and do whatever you will. His love is unchanging. I mean, you can go away and do whatever you want to do. His love is unchanging. He is Guru. You may deny him to yourself and then curse him to any who will listen. His love is unchanging. You may become the most despised creature and then return to him. His love is unchanging. You may become the enemy of God himself and then return to him. His love is unchanging. Go where you will and do what you will, stay however long you will, and come back to him. His love is unchanging. Abuse others, abuse yourself, abuse him, and then come back to him. His love is unchanging. He will never criticize you, he will never minimize you, he will never desert you, because to him you are everything and he himself is nothing. He will never deceive you, he will never ridicule you, he will never fail you, because to him you are God nature to be served. He is your servant. No matter what befalls, no matter what you become, he awaits you always. He knows you, he serves you, he loves you. No matter what befalls, no matter what you become, he awaits you always. He knows you, he serves you, he loves you. His love for you in the changing world is unchanging. His love, my beloved, is unchanging. So I would say this is our guru who is reflecting all the God's quality, because this is God.
Mm,
I mean, you see, no matter what sin you have committed, whatever you have done, again, it is only the guru who will understand you,
mm,
who will never forsake you. Like once Paramahansa Yogananda was, when he was a teenager, he left his guru's ashram without telling his guru Sri Yukteswarji, and he went to Himalayas. And after few days, a week or a few weeks, he came back to the ashram, and he was expecting his guru, that his guru will scold him or tell him that how dare you, why did you run, you didn't even tell me that you are going. And when he met his guru told him, Mukunda was his name, come, let's cook some food. And he got very shocked, like, oh my God, I was expecting you to be angry. Then Yukteswar Giri, he told Yogananda that I would never expect anything from anyone. So nobody's action can work in opposition of me. Don't worry. I just love you. I will never use you for my own purpose. So what is there? Why would I be sad? Why would I be scolding you? So this is a guru. Yeah.
I love that. That kind of that this whole conversation incites to me that like my whole intuition about finding a guru has been right. And
Yes.
uh, so much beautiful wisdom. Bye.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much.
much, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you.